Morning everybody. It is day 11. I did not do a wrap-up video last night as we came down to a campsite that was really quite nice. No wind, some water, sheltered. Guthook said there was 2 spaces with 5 tent spaces each, and in usual Guthook's form that means we could easily fit 30 tents in the area, literally. I'm not even being facetious this time, but because it was a wind-free area and so big, we had 20 to 25 people in the area, and there was a group of 8 to 10 that was right next to our tent. And so I just didn't want to record. Just didn't necessarily seem polite, as I didn't know these folk. As well as my camera is like out of room. Which is why today we are starting with my camera, which is frustrating in a way because I prefer it, but it takes so much power and time to put files from here into my phone to process and upload that it's been very hasn't been too possible. So it's just what we got to do, and we'll see. It might delay uploads. I don't know. But before we pass beyond it, there's our gorgeous area this morning. You can only see so much of it, but it really was quite pretty. Overall, we're not sure how far we're going to go today. We have about 14 miles until Scissors Crossing, which is where it's really easy to hitch out to Julian. And so what we're going to do is something between 7.6 and 9. And then in the morning, we'll try to get up early, hike out, get a hitch into Julian, do resupply, catch a room, take a 0, and then get a hitch, or I think there might even be a bus, if need be, out to the Stagecoach RV Park, which is very hiker friendly and close to trail. And then after that, we'll take a 0 there. Let's get really well rested up, and then start the climb, as we'll be going back up to 4,000 feet, and then down, then back to 4,000 feet, then down, and to San Jacinto. So, I think. But that's the overall plan. We have about a 300-foot climb over a few miles this morning, and then it's all downhill to Julian. So, I want to do that climbing thing. Ciao. We're not to the super bloom yet, but still so surreal seeing flowers out here. I don't know how well you can see that. My screen's all bright, so I can't see it, but we're just passing so many of them up here. Grasses and flowers, etc. It's just fantastic. So I just finished a bit of a break, only about, 3 miles or so in. I know that once I get moving I'm going to have some momentum, but it's just been we've had 1 0 day in 11, so we're feeling a bit tired. We sit and we just want to keep sitting. It's really a pleasant day out though. Wind is mild, sun's there, but it's not too bad. So just chugging along. It's not a whole lot to say besides just that we're in good spirits and we're ready for Julian. I wish we were getting there today. I just really feel the need to sit and rest for a while. I'm just trying to back up all the stuff on my phone while I have some signal, and just keep figuring stuff out, getting media dealt with. I haven't actually watched any of my videos yet, except for as I go to process them, to kind of go, what do I delete, what do I not. So I don't actually have a really good feel for what they're like so far. And Julian's going to be the first time where I'm going to probably sit and watch them while I have power and just go, okay, what do I want to alter? What do I want to cut out? What am I missing? Just kind of quality control for myself as well for the rest of you. But it's a gorgeous day. San Jacinto's looking closer and closer. There's been some snow reports from, I mean, we got to Mount Laguna right after the snow melted. There was some snow fall just a couple days before, and there's a lot over at Big Bear apparently, but you know, we're still like 150 plus miles from that kind of stuff, so you know, we should get there after the snow, but I'm really grateful for when we started. It's been perfect. Getting through more and more wildflowers, as I've tried to show you. I haven't used the video portion of my camera for a little while, so I'm kind of getting back in touch with it. But that's kind of it for the moment. We're just pushing a really slow pace today. I think Frog King's going to go a few more miles than us probably, so he can get into Julian earlier than not tomorrow. So I'm dreaming of a big meal that I didn't prepare while I sit. Doing good. Definitely tired. See you down the trail a bit. So again, I reiterate, this is the desert. Grass, wildflowers, dead yucca. I haven't really figured that out yet. I think we've only seen a few living yucca. I don't know what their seasons are, if they're fire damaged, but this feels much more like Hollywood, Switzerland with California backdrop than it looks like that we're, you know, half hour from the desert. It's been fun to remark for us. We're coming around the corner and looking at those roads, somewhat middle screen. I can't really quite see what's in frame, to be honest. But those roads are the ones where you're looking at some cars and a bus go by from miles away, and they were so tiny and moving so slow, despite the fact they were probably moving near highway speed. And so it's just been fun to look out there and visibly see that we've gone to the other side of this giant valley range. So it's just been crazy to see that actual palpable distance traveled. It's going to be much cooler when we're at the foot of San Jacinto and going, whoa, we saw that from like 150 miles away. We're not going to get there yet though. Soon. Views just keep coming. Again, I have no idea if this stuff's going to come out. I can't see a damn thing, but I'll tell you from here, it's pretty impressive. I mean, little things like you can see the just where all the mountain water comes down and drains until this road ends up joining a creek that goes that way along with the road. It's just really cool to actually see well enough to be able to see the geology and just general how the landscape is, and I'm wondering if what's behind that hill, because it looks almost like a settlement, but who knows. We do have the RV park. Well, no, it's a while out, so that's not it, but beautiful views again either way. So, normal gray dusty trail. Bright ass orange Star Trek Mars something something. It's just a short patch of it too, it looks like. I'm wondering if some of what we've been seeing from other hills and mountains is just this sudden change. And again, I'm dying to recruit a geologist to our group. I want to know so much about this, as well as all the bugs and the plants, etc. And it's gone. It's just fascinating out here. I just can't get enough, and should I start getting enough, then, well, we're going to be moving into the Sierra, so. Super bloom is real. We're seeing a hill in the distance that I'm pretty sure is just covered in super bloom. It may be some of that Mars-like orange rock, but I don't think so. There's too much vegetation. So, this is the desert. If you're watching this and you start soon, or if you're going a different year, this probably will not be the desert that you see, but we are damn grateful for it. Just taking a break right next to that wildflower field we showed you. It's just such a beautiful pace out here. You have to put your work in, but it's just felt tired with us keeping a fairly good pace, so just been sitting for like 20 minutes getting a rest, and it's just so badly needed. And it just, we found a little bit of shade and popped down, and it's just, I'm just grateful for it. So, not a whole lot new or different to say besides the fact that if you're considering hiking, get a sit pad. I don't regret it, especially if you're a side sleeper for, like, say, between the knees or something, or even as a pillow. But between my sit pad and my Osprey, I have a chair anywhere. And if I had to, I have a umbrella for shade, so it's just it's a wonderful setup. But kind of a lot of discussion between us today, and just thinking about our progress so far. We've been really happy with it. We're finding ourselves not really taking breaks very often, just maybe once an hour to rest our feet and just kind of take our ease, which you should about every hour. Take a break, let your feet breathe, and just rest, rub something. So just seeing how quickly we're getting stronger, how light our packs are feeling, even with 4 liters to get us through till Julian. Just our endurance, our strength is getting better. Unrelatedly, there's millions of butterflies. Of course, the moment I say that, they like disappear. And grateful little things. There they are. Part and parcel with the super bloom. But yeah, just as an overall, like I was talking about yesterday, you can't just see the PCT as an adventure, I don't think. And I think have a really good chance of finishing, because you have to buy into the lifestyle, the day in, day out, digging cat holes and, so on and so forth. I went through that yesterday. So I think just how well we're fitting this pace, and, we've each had some difficult days in different ways so far in the last week and a half. And so I think we really have the right perspective and mindset for this, and it's just fitting really well. Most days they feel mentally effortless, even though they're physically pretty demanding, and that will change. Like I've said, rain is really my anathema. That's where I kind of enter survival mode and just don't like it. So Northern Cascades are going to get interesting depending on the weather, but it's just, we're doing really well, and I think how we're managing our pace is really good. We have so many people that, it's, like March 28th or something like that now, roughly somewhere there, the end of March, and so many people are still hitting 15 to 20 miles right as they start. Like, we're seeing people that are on, like, day 3, and we're about to hit mile 70, and, that's impressive, but we're seeing people that are doing that, and they're in a lot of pain. And like, someone got into camp last night having done just about 19 miles and said she cried like 3 times during the day. And I have to ask, where's the fun in that? Let alone with the high snow in the Sierra Nevada, unless you're planning on getting up there and then flip-flopping, what's the point of it? Because it's breaking down your body and not building up fitness in a sustainable fashion. And so I personally don't get it. It's kind of like having a marathon and sprinting, then heaving, and then resting and sprinting instead of just jogging. And so it's not to criticize someone's approach. It's just saying, if this is something you want to do, you manage it. I think there's this big expectation of a lot of pain and through hiking because of the pace. And at a certain point, that kind of becomes true. There's times where you're going to do 20, 30 miles over the lava field in Oregon, and you don't, that's going to suck, even though a lot of what we do is rocky anyway. Or, there's that stretch where what is it, Last National Park or something, that you're going to go the whole way through because you don't want to, you don't want to carry a bear can for that. And so there's certain times where you're just going to push through, but that mostly comes later, and it should be for a good reason. And so I feel like we're making the right decisions with our pace and how we're doing, and we're doing more, we're getting stronger, so it's going well. So we're about to get back up and get moving. We have all the water we're going to have till Julian, and I'd love to get there today, but it's just, I think it's too far to reasonably do, and if we did, we'd be getting there later than, we'd be getting a hotel overnight for no reason. We wouldn't be able to use anything there, and my sleep setup is so nice that I have no problem sleeping in my tent as long as it's not horribly windy. Like, it's just really comfy, so I don't really need a hotel except for to power up, use Wi-Fi, and we're going to be doing some laundry for the first time properly, like we bucket wash stuff at Mount Laguna. And I'm interested to see if my shirt will get any more white, because it's not that white now. So yeah, my rambling aside, I think that's kind of it for the moment. We're just loving what we're doing, and even with kind of the hardships we have had, morale is really good. And we're only a week and a half in, but I just feel really good about this whole thing. I'm just enjoying it, intellectually planning out the process and seeing how our bodies do, let alone just the views and the culture. We had I'm just meandering, so I think it's finally to get up and go, especially because I'm hungry, and I'm not going to eat here, so the sooner I get to our campsite, the sooner I'm going to somehow eat food that I don't want. So see you guys later.